everybody, and welcome to North Hills High School. Tonight, the WPIAL playoffs get underway as the Highlands Golden Rams face the Leopards of Belle Vernon, along with the Dean, Mike Choma, Landon Signorella to my left. This is Mike Pavlik greeting you from North Hills. It's been a while since you've been here, Dean. Been about 10 years, I think, and the Rams are back at it in playoff competition.
Yeah, Mike, the second season began. Been a long layoff. We got one scrimmage in. We played at Fox Chapel. The kids did real well, but Coach Duchinsky, it was a close scrimmage, and a sophomore made a mistake, and he read in the riot act and ended with the following sentence: "You are no longer a sophomore, you're a junior, start to play like one." And that's the second season in a nutshell, Mike. There's no next games, there's no tomorrows. You got to win and move on.
You do, and speaking of that, we could have a little bit of differences in the starting lineup for Highlands tonight.
No doubt about it, Mike. Seth Cohn is not with us tonight. He's in Hershey for the deck convention. He won a competition. He's out there attending to that. That puts sophomore Antoine McDaniels into the lineup. He had a great game against Beaver. If you remember those 5 big points coming off the bench, broke a 33-33 tie. Now, the good news is he gets to start. The bad news, he gets a big lift off the bench. We're going to have to find someone to come off the bench to do the job he used to do as our sixth man.
Yeah, we've thinned out in the ranks as the season's gone on, and you never know in these playoff games. You get fouls called, and you start to, that bench looks a little thinner by the minute, and that's what you try to guard against. Well, the Leopards come in under legendary coach Joe Salvino. They're 8-14. They get off to a bad start. They lost their first 5 and 12 of their first 14, but they've been a hot team coming down the stretch.
Yeah, Mike, he's a veteran coach, like you said, coming over from Menneson. Belle Vernon lost 9 seniors last year. They're a very young team, Mike, but they're hungry. And if you remember, way back when in 2015, we were number 14 seed. We upset the number 3 seed, West Mifflin. And again, that came down to basically somebody wanting it more than the other team. So I know Coach Salvino will be telling his young kids tonight, this is how you establish a program. So I'm not really worried about how they come into the game, right? I'm more concerned about our attitude. We have to have the attitude that don't make them any better than they are. Get the lead early, keep it and move on.
That should be it. Here's an interesting stat. The Rams haven't played since last Monday, of course. In the last 2 years, with 4 or more days between games, Highlands is 12-0.
I like it.
Yeah, I think we'll go with that. All right, that'll wrap up the pregame show. Tip-off, starting lineups, it's all coming up next from North Hills, Highlands, and Belle Vernon, and it's right after this.
Up first for the visiting Leopards.
All right, Dean, time for the starting lineups. The Leopards coming into your picture.
From Belle Vernon, they'll start number 1, Hunter Rokanen, a 5'11 junior. Mike, then they start 1 senior on their team. Number 2 is Larry Calloway, a 5'11 junior. Their leading scorer, also a junior, number 11, Cam Newser, 5'10", averages 16 points per game. Another guard is number 31, Jake Sapesky, 5'10", senior, the only one on the team. And another junior, number 32, Mitch Pollock, a 6'3", junior. He's the only real height they have in the lineup, Mike.
I especially like the black numbers on the green jerseys.
Good for you. That's on you. All right, Mike, we mentioned Golden Rams tonight will not have Seth Cohen in the lineup. He's in Hershey. Good luck to him out there. We will start number 10 in his place, Antoine McDaniels, a 6'2 sophomore. He averages 4.2 per game. Corey Myers, 6-foot junior, averaging 11 points per game. Number 13, Dom Pacey, a 5'8 sophomore, averages 5.8 per game. Number 20, Johnny Price, 6'7 junior, averaging 15.8 per game. And number 23, Luke Cochran, a junior, 6'2", averages 19.5 per game. And Mike, again, with the height advantage, I would like to see make sure Johnny gets his touches early and often.
Kind of like we went through him at the knock game out in Saxonburg earlier this year. A game that Highlands won that got them a share of the section title. And they come in here 15-7. The number 5 seed, Belle Vernon, comes in 8-14. They are the number 12 seed. The winner will play the winner of Uniontown and Beaver, taking place at Peters Township tonight. As we'll see, that game would take place on Saturday. We've heard some very bad things about where and when that might be, but it would be Saturday early. There are day games on Saturdays. Special thanks to Dan Timmons for all his help this year, and also to Micah Mason from Mason Elite and all the help that they've given us throughout the year. Dan Timmons presented us with some nice new pens for the 40th anniversary because, as we all know, they got you covered.
All right, Mike. see who gets the opening tip here.
Mitch Polot against Johnny Christ. It's tipped, and the Leopards in their aforementioned green jerseys move right to left here in the first half. And Cochran got a piece of that as it was Newser with it. Right side to Rukkinen.
Starting off, looks like a man-to-man. Johnny kind of control in the middle there.
Pacey out there against Rukkinen. Now he gets it back into Newser right side. Drives into the paint, goes in with a runner off the glass. It's no good. Pacey tipped it, and it's taken out of the air by McDaniel.
Nice
lead to Myers, and he lays it in, and the Rams lead 2-0.
Great job by Antoine to start that break to Myers. Here comes the pressure, Mike.
Both of these teams normally like to push the tempo, and we know that about Belle Vernon. And Joe Salvino's done that for years when he was the head man at Monessen. 6 WPIL titles to his credit. Now a runner is in the lane is missed.
Johnny snatched that rebound. Myers got his feet underneath him. Oh, he's fouled, Mike. No call.
No call, and rebound to the Leopards. Right side, Callaway's 3-ball with the kiss, and it's 3-2 Leopards.
He looked at his feet, Mike. Saw he was behind the three-point line and banked it in. They're going to trap half court. Highlands takes care of that. Going to go to work. Again, Myers. There it is.
Dump it into Christ. Johnny up and fouled, and he'll go to the line and shoot a pair at 6:40. With Belle Vernon leading at 3-2. Johnny Christ, a 57% foul shooter.
Mitch Pollock gets his first. He's the NA height down in a lot of Mike at 6'3".
Rams in the playoffs for the 5th straight season. Johnny hits the first, and we're tied at 3. He'll get a second.
2 for 2 for Johnny. His highest chance set their press up.
4-3. This is Newser. Over to Sepsky. Now he works it back inside and takes it back. Sepsky drives into the lane and kicks it down on the baseline, and Belle Vernon will reset things. This is Newser against Myers, pair of 11s, uses a screen, tries to get in around Christ, goes all the way to the basket and lays it up and scores.
You don't see that happen very often, Mike.
Cam Newser blows up the baseline, and it's 5-4 Belle Vernon.
Johnny doesn't give up the baseline normally, and if he does, he can block it from behind. That time, Newser just so quick.
Pacey, now to an open Cochran. Lets a 3 go. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound, Christ got in there and put it up and in.
There's Johnny.
Price has 4. The Rams leapfrog back on top 6-5. Now around a man, dump it down to Callaway, and he lays it in. It was too easy. That's 5 for Callaway, and it's 7-6 Leopards.
And it wasn't a shot, Mike. It was the penetration off of it.
Cochran now, long skip pass to Myers, and now Pacey resets things. High posting it to Christ, they knock it away from him. Stolen by Newser.
First turnover of the night for either team.
Newser's going to stop and let a 3 go. It's off the front rim, no good. The rebound all comes right into the hands of Polot. Shot was blocked. Back to Rukkinen. Newser drives into the paint. Dumped down and a lay-in by Polot.
They got Johnny off his feet that time, Mike. Belle Vernon takes lead 9-6.
Now Pacey. McDaniel fires across court, and Cochran's going to try another 3. That's too strong this time. And Christ tipped it right into the hands of Pacey. Nice no-look pass, and McDaniel lays it in.
Great job by Luke to get that pass to McDaniel.
9-8 Leopards. Callaway forecourt, lets a 3 go. It's off the back rim, no good. Rebound Pacey. Let Johnny take it right in front of Coach Stosh. And Stosh wants to push the tempo, as you can see.
No bank shot that time, Mike.
Pacey to left side, had a wide open shot, didn't take it. Goes back to Cochran. Dumps it down. Now McDaniel's going to step back and let a 3 go. It's off the front rim. And rebound to the Leopards. Polot threw it away. All the way in goes Pacey. Shot, score, foul. How about Don Pacey all the way to the hoop, and the Rams take the lead.
You don't see that very often in high school basketball where they gave it continuation, but they did that time, Mike.
Newser picks up the foul. That's the first foul of the basketball game, either side. Second, against Belle Vernon.
And Pollock has the other.
That was on Johnny earlier. And Don Pacey, a 76% free throw shooter, completes the traditional three-point play, and the Rams lead 11-9.
Highlands leapfrogs back into the lead.
Here's Newser. Lost the dribble, needs some help. Back out top for Sapeski. Now Newser back in. Got fouled on his way to the basket. Let's see who they get. They may be on Corey Myers, 11 on 11.
They did, Mike.
Old 11 on 11 crime there.
You mentioned Mike and Mason earlier, Mike. Mike White from the Post-Gazette. Here, do you think is a fan here tonight? He has a chat every Tuesday, and Tuesday's chat this week, one of the questions was, who was the best three-point shooter we ever saw in the WPL? And guess what his answer was?
Mike Mason.
He said not only that, Mike, he thought if Mike was eligible, he could win the NBA three-point shooting contest today.
I believe it. Doug Galassi was telling me that before the game, that he saw that from Mike. Oh, missed it. Oh, but they get the rebound back as Johnny went past it. And Polot, all fired up, missed 2 foul shots, but gets 2 anyway, and we're tied at 11, and the Rams turn it over. You know, Micah, Dean, the last time Highlands played here was in 2011. Highlands was the number 5 seed. Central Valley was the number 12 seed. And Highlands lost by 13 that night. Micah, who averaged 34 a game that year, was held to 17 points. The only time the whole season he didn't score 20.
Yeah, they did the old triangle and 2 on him.
That was the last time we were here.
Oh, there's a foul.
Polot's open again. He got that wide body. He's got 6 early on, and it's 13-11.
That time Myers gets free.
He does. Tied at 13 now as they go back and forth. You expected the tempo to be up in this one. These two teams like to score. Belle Vernon gives up the most points in 4A. And Polot, they don't have an answer right now. He's got 8. 15-13.
Yeah, that was a bad pass, Mike, that he made into a good one.
Now McDaniel the other way. Drives to the basket, lays it up. Missed it! Here's Johnny on the follow.
And that's the X factor, Mike.
Tied at 15.
Number 44 for Johnny this year.
Now Newser had all kind of trouble with it. Now he's just going to step back and fire up a 3, and it's a dipper. It almost went. And they're going to get a foul on Myers. That'll be his second at 2:40 left first quarter.
We were worried with Seth Cohen not here tonight if we would have foul problems, what would happen.
Well, you figure
Myers gets 2 real quick.
You figure Swanger, Radishak are the first 2, and they probably Carter Leary after that.
Yeah, I see Radishak in street clothes over there, Mike. That's
Well, that doesn't help.
Nope. Out of bounds.
They dump it in. They dribbled it on the line. Is into the game for the Leopards, number 33, Joe Clancher, and his first handle is a turnover.
2 turns apiece.
Forecourt, that's Cochran, and he's fouled on a reach-in. It'll be a non-shooting foul. Tyler Scott, the official, a former player at Gateway. Rod Scott, his dad, of course. Vince Cunningham and Don Johnson, the other refs we've seen and had them all this year, I believe. 3 team fouls against Belle Vernon, 2 against Highlands. Oh, Johnny was able to tip it underneath to save it. Swanger, right side to Cochran. His 3's on the way. It is off the rim. Swanger the rebound. Pacey lets it fly. Back rim, no good. Rebound, they battle. Are they going to get Johnny or are they going to get Newser? I think they're going to get Newser.
Yep.
His second.
Belle Vernon foul charge number 33, Joe Clancher.
Oh, it's on Clancher. I'm sorry. Well, that's a good thing for Belle Vernon because they didn't need Newser with 2 as much as he handles the ball. Cochran off the glass, missed the shot. Rebound, Belle Vernon.
A little out of control that time, Mike.
15 all game. Newser forecourt. Oh, hands it off down inside, and Heppel draws the foul.
Johnny's first foul. Bullock has a space heater in there, Mike. He leads all scores with 8.
And now you wonder, you're talking about the lack of depth Highlands is faced with here tonight. Will Joe Salvino want to use his bench to try to tire Highlands out? Now Polot is 0 for 3 from the line. Of course, the last time he missed 2, he went in and got the rebound and put it back in. But you can't bank on that all the time.
You mentioned Highlands averages 66, gives up 57. Belle Vernon scores 61, gives up 69. He's 0 for 4, Mike. Make a note of that for later, huh?
They are the worst defensive team in 4A of all 19 teams. They're 19.
Sitting in a 2-3 zone right now, trying to tell Highlands beat him from the outside.
High posting it to Christ, and they foul him from behind. That'll be on Clancher, who's then got 2 quickies. Clancher, a freshman. They too. They graduated 9 seniors off of last year's team. Last year they were 18-7, won the section. They made the state tournament for the first time in 20 years before they lost to Hickory, and 9 seniors left. As did Coach Kyle DiGregorio, who went on to coach the girls at Baldwin, who went 9-13 this year. We keep track of Peters Township right there. We're winning tonight, first half, because Glenn's granddaughter plays for Peters. The 2 games that the Baldwin girls played against Peters this year, they lost by a combined score of 131-53. That's what Kyle DiGregorio left for.
Both teams made it to the semifinals last year. If you wonder how, we were in 4A. They were in 3A. They lost to Newcastle 63-43. And we lost to Frank Regional 48-40. So both teams have veterans as far as last year in a playoff run. Highlands gets the inbound underneath their own basket.
Tied at 15, 1:52 left of the first quarter. Dump it into Christ off the inbound, and he's fouled. And Johnny 2 for 2 from the line tonight. Rams 3 for 3 altogether.
Pavlik gets his second now, Mike. So
well, that's something they're going to have to watch, and you just have Johnny keep taking it at him. That's 6 against Belle Vernon first quarter. Highlands has committed 3. And Johnny missed the first. He'll get another at 1:51.
Mike Luke Cochran, our leading scorer, you have to get on the board. Hello to everybody down at Meadowcraft Village. Sitting by record highs this week, Mike.
In the 80s.
High 80s.
In the 80s.
Yep. And
Bucco's getting their work in down there. Yep. 16-15, Rams by 1.
We had 5 inches of snow today for all you people in Florida, so
yes, we did.
Rub that in.
Fourth quarter, here are the Leopards.
1-3-1 now for the Golden Rams.
This is Callaway. And that's one way to try to stay out of foul trouble. And the Rams do switch their defenses a lot. Callaway and Nooser are playing catch because they're not sure what to do with it. Well, Callaway will. He'll hit a 3 from the left elbow. That's one way to get him out of the zone, isn't it?
He's got 2 of them. He has 8. Pavlik has 8. And Belle Vernon's ahead by 2.
18-16 Leopards. High skip pass to McDaniel. High posting it to Cochran. Here's Johnny on the alley-oop.
When they get that defensive move like that, Mike, Johnny goes right to the basket. He's got 2 slams so far. And Golden Rams tie the game.
Jake Sapesky back in. Also 13, Jake Haney into the game. So Salvino is using his bench. He's gone to 9 already, I think. Now here's Callaway for another 3. That's off the front rim.
Good job by Pacey to control it.
And Cochran got it out of there. McDaniel with the lay-in.
Nice job to get the ball up by Cochran.
Rams by a pair. 37 seconds left of the quarter.
He's doing little things a veteran does, Mike. Cochran, a junior. He's a veteran, though. He's been through this battle before.
Looping feed, Sapesky. He and Nooser play catch with it at 20 seconds. Arrow belongs to Highlands. They'll get the ball to start the second quarter if this holds up. Nooser took a peek. Wasn't really going to shoot it. Rams in a 2-3 now. Callaway. Back to Nooser. He's just going to let it go, and it's missed everything. And the Rams will get 2 seconds with a basketball here. Well, that's not exactly the way they mapped it out. And that's what changing defenses can do for you, especially at this level. And 2 seconds is a lifetime. Oh, it took a swat off of Swanger. They volleyballed it. Good job defensively that time by Belle Vernon. That's the end of the first quarter with the score. Highlands 20 and Belle Vernon 18. I want to take a second to give a special thanks to Joe, Andy, and Dee, the anchor in. Thanks for all their help this year.
And depending on what time we get back, we may be up to visit Carol and Alcher here.
Depending upon how late we go. And also Glenn Mills at B&J Sports. We mentioned him earlier with his granddaughter playing at Peters Township. And
another one is Scranton Prep, Mike. So
that's right.
These are the guys that help us all year get the games on, and we appreciate all of our local help to put the games on throughout the year. If not for you, we're a rare breed where you get to see every game of the season on Comcast, and we're so rare. WP ought to make an exception to get us on the air, Mike.
Yeah, I think we're the only ones doing it. And the funny part is, we're the only ones doing it, except we've been doing it for 20 years. That's what's funny. We've outlasted a few, in other words.
Yes, we have.
See the Highlands bench. You see Jamison Nee with some instructions for Don Pacey there.
And Corey Meyer's going to sit to start the second quarter, Mike.
Yeah, he's got 2 fouls, and so Mason Swanger getting some quality time here. Rams with the ball. Start the second quarter with a 2-point lead.
Oop.
A looping feed to Pacey. He's able to control it. Now Swanger right side. Now Swanger's open. He's going to let it fly. It's a 3. It's off the rim. Rebound. Christ puts it in.
Johnny collects. He's at 11. The goal Rams ahead by 4.
22-18. That's Island's biggest lead. This is Rokinen. And now Newser.
And one thing they have to do, Mike, Belle Vernon, put somebody in a high post, which they finally do. Same way you're going to try to get inside of that zone.
Newser wide open for 3. It's no good. Cochran the rebound.
He's doubled, needs help. He gets it.
And he fires it down to a wide open Pacey. Thought about it, but didn't take it.
Smart idea by Dom. How about
Cochran with an up and under move, and down it goes.
he's weaving through traffic, Mike?
His first 2 of the night, and the Rams lead at 24-18. This is Callaway. Now Rokinen. Callaway left side and playing catch with Sapesky top of the circle.
Belle Vernon's a little confused out there now, Mike.
It had been 2-3 the last 2 times down. It's not anymore.
1-3-1 now. He
Rokinen
walked.
drives in. Down to Polot on the baseline, and he either traveled or stepped on the baseline. I'm not exactly sure what Vince Cunningham said, but one or the other, Don Johnson, one or the other. It's Highlands ball at 6:26. And the Rams have all 4 points here in the second quarter. Looping feed back to McDaniel. High post to Cochran, but they triple team him. Luke gets out of there. Swung it over to Pacey left side. His 3's on the way, and it's off the rim. Rebound Price had it swatted out of bounds, and Highlands will keep it at 6:10.
Belle Vernon sitting in that 2-3 zone too, Mike, trying to pay particular attention to Johnny. Getting some outside shots to get him out of it. So far, we do not have a 3-pointer.
Do not. You remember the last game against Beaver? I think we only had 1. Swanger's 3. Missed everything. Rebound to Sapesky.
Oh, we got him up in the air.
Came up on Callaway, but saved by Newser, and he'll reset things for the Leopards. 5:50 to go, first half. Highlands by 6.
Now Highlands goes their 2-3.
First round game. Winner probably gets Uniontown. They're playing Beaver tonight. Now foul line extended jumper is no good by Callaway, and the Rams have the rebound and the basketball. And they're going to get a nickel dimer as they ride Cochran down. I believe it'll be on Rokinen.
Rokinen gets his second. That is the 17th foul.
So the Rams will shoot the 1-and-1 here at 5:33, and that's a good thing. Boy, the beginning of the season, you'd have never guessed how much they've turned around their free throw shooting.
It's really changed. Like I said, just getting the stroke, and again, it was almost contagious at one point the wrong way, but they've gotten it back in. By the way, Jeff Sinclairian over the weekend, Mike, says he watches all the games down in Washington, D.C., and my son brags about the fact that he can watch a game in 30 minutes.
I love that.
And you know what he says?
He forwards through the commercials.
Yeah, he fast forwards when there's no action. He is. If I want to hear your snappy banner, I just got to come to the house. But we appreciate him watching.
We'll take any viewer we get, and we appreciate it. Thank you. So Luke Cochran's going to shoot the 1-and-1 at 5:33, and that's a good choice because he's 75%. You talked about we hadn't hit a 3 yet. Luke led the way this year at 47, but Corey Myers right on his tail with 46. He missed the front end, and now Pavlik got knocked out of bounds, and they wanted a foul on Johnny, and frankly, there probably could have been one.
Yeah, the Belle Vernon faithful were up their arms about that.
Joe Salvino kind of looks like Gary Williams over there, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He hasn't moved much either, you know that.
Cochran's three's off the front iron, and the rebound comes to the Leopards, and now they're out on transition. Callaway down against Pacey, and a charging foul is whistled by Vince Cunningham.
So Callaway gets his first.
Now Dom set himself up to take it, and he took it.
This is what the Golden Rams have done all year, Mike. Done a great job taking charges. Not the easiest thing in the world to do either.
Player control foul, no shots. Highlands has it forecourt with a 6-point lead. Haven't scored in a while.
Pass.
Cochran 12-footer off the rim, no good, and pull out the rebound again.
Now that's where you exploited 2-3, right there, Mike.
Right side, Zapesky kicked it back outside, and this is Callaway with a spin move, but Big Johnny there waiting on him.
Remember, Corey Myers on the bench with 2 fouls early.
Zapesky walks into a 3. It's a dipper, and Cochran has the rebound. Highlands with a basketball and a 6-point lead. This is Swanger driving in. He kicks it back out to Cochran. Thought about it. Going to take it. In and out. Rebound. They fight to the corner, and good job that time by Callaway. They're going to give it to Highlands.
I think they're going to discuss.
No, they're going to change it.
Yeah, I think so.
Tyler Scott's coming in, and they threw it off of Mason's back. And now we are going to see Carter Leary. Carter Leary in for Dom Pacey.
Talk about Highlands having to go young, Mike. Carter Leary going to get a lot up. Only a freshman.
Six-point lead. Belle Vernon has not scored in the second quarter.
We've only scored 4 ourselves.
Yep, quickly too. That's Newser for 3, and it's nothing but the bottom of the net. He's got 5, and there are the Leopards off to Schneid. It's 24-21.
And they've got 5 3-pointers, Mike. We don't have any yet.
Back out to Swanger, now to Cochran. Quickly a double team. Back to Swanger. That's 3. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound Leary on the weak side has it for Highlands.
And they're not even close to our threes, Mike.
No. Cochran all the way through lays it in.
That's what you got to do. When the threes aren't going, take those 2.
That's 4 for Luke, and the Rams lead at 26-21. Here's Callaway. Now to Zapesky. Back outside. Callaway's 3's off the front iron, but he got his own rebound. Takes it all the way to the basket, and what's the call?
I think they're going to get Mason Swanger from behind, Mike.
Foul prior to the shot, is it, or are you going to have a shooting?
Swanger's first.
That's only 5 on Highlands. I'm sorry, 4 on Highlands.
They're not going to say it's a shooting foul, are
I
they?
guess they are.
Wow.
So Larry Callaway, who's leading the way for the Leopards so far, hits the first.
Well, we got our one continuation play.
I guess.
Get theirs, yeah.
As long as it's consistent.
Yep.
Pacey back in. Swanger sits down. 26-22. Highlands by 4. 3.5 left of the first half. Callaway's into double figures with 10. He's the first Leopard. And it's a 3-point Highlands lead.
For Highlands, yep.
Cochran forecourt. Now to Leary. High posting it to Kreis all the way home, lays it in. He's got 13, leading the way for the Rams, and it's 28-23.
What did I say, Mike? Got to touch it every trip.
Callaway goes baseline, went all the way in, and another offensive foul against Belle Vernon.
Yep. Johnny put his schnoz in there. Callaway gets his second.
He said that schnoz rearranged a few times this year, hasn't he?
He has, you're right. And Mike, some of the Belle Vernon fans not happy with it, but those are charges.
They are.
Standing there taking them. 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Highlands with a 5-point lead.
Here's Cochran now. They come out to get him. That's Newser, and
yep.
he got all handsy and
Nickel
fouled him and didn't know why.
Broken in 2, Callaway 2, Loser 2, Pavlik 2, Hanger 2. They all got 2 fouls.
That equals more than 10, so Lou's going to shoot twice. Luke 0 for 1 here. 29-23. Highlands matches their biggest lead at 6.
Returning for the Lebanon, number 1.
Hunter Ruukkonen back in the lineup. I hear Hunter Ruukkonen. I think I'm talking about a hockey player.
Yeah.
Starring for the Finnish national team. Second one missed. So Luke 1 for 3 from the line tonight. Highlands by 6 at 2:45. Ruukkonen forecourt.
Nice
So good
hands.
job by Kreis to knock that away from big Mitch Palat. Joe Salvino, the longtime coach at Monessen. The shot is missed. The rebound on the weeks of boy. Johnny
Pace
completely changed that because Ruukkonen was
Nice hustle
9 times
by
out of 10,
Carter.
and now they're going to call a backcourt violation or a foul. They're going to call a foul on Highlands. We'll see.
Yeah, get patient.
But 9 times out of 10, that guy goes right back up with that. But Johnny was there, so he didn't take it.
Yep. And pacing, Mike, that was a retaliation call. He got thrown off that rebound. The kid actually peeled him, and Dom took his shot right there. Unfortunately, Dom did it in front of the ref. The Belle Vernon guy did it behind his back. Sophomore.
Yes. As Al McGuire used to say, the greatest thing about sophomores is they become juniors. Here's Callaway left side. High posting it to Ruukkonen.
Good ball rotation.
This is Newser for 3, and he hits it. He's got 2 of them. He's got 8. And that's keeping him in the game. It's a 3-point ball game, 29-26.
6-0. I got even shoot him up man-to-man in the second half.
Nice save by McDaniel down on the block. Now Kreis back out to Cochran. Cochran drives in. Nice no-look pass McDaniel, and he missed a bunny. Rebound, Kreis put it up. That scores. 15 for Johnny, and the Rams lead at 31-26.
They're calling for the over back, Mike. The reality is he's just going up.
Now another 3 is jacked up from the corner by Haney. It's missed. Rebound, Palat lost it out of bounds. It's Highlands basketball at 1:30.
5th Belle Vernon turnover. Highlands only committing 3 so far in this half, Mike.
That's a good number.
Yep.
Cochran will bring it up at 1.5. Highlands by 5. First round WPIAL playoff matchup at North Hills. Cochran needs help. Corner to Pacey and travels and turns it over. What are they going to, is that it?
3 seconds.
3 seconds.
On Antoine McDaniel.
Trust me, folks, he walked too.
Yeah.
They had their choice.
Yep. You got to be looking for that, Mike. And
The MSA guys, they're pretty. They're laughing because there was one in the girls' game too, and they couldn't believe there was the first one. It's like they've seen 2 in one night. Girls' game won by Carleton 44-39 over Elwood City, so they advance. Palat, nice post move, shot, score, foul. Well, he's got a big body and he knows how to work it down there.
He's got 10. Johnny's got his second foul. Johnny did get him with the lower body, Mike.
We talk about Joe Salvino at Monessen. He coached there for 34 years, won 638 games. He's the 8th winningest coach in WPIL history, and they convinced him to leave there and come to Belle Vernon.
Pavlik with 11, Callaway with 10.
It's a 2-point game, 31-29. Johnny Kreis to the bench.
Yep.
So we'll set them for you. It's Swanger, Cochran, Pacey, McDaniel, and Leary. And the Belle Vernon crowd alive in front of us. Leary got into a trap, threw it into no man's land, and Ruukkonen steals it. And this is what we talk about, Dean, in games like this. The longer you let them hang around, the more they believe.
Yep. And they're fired up. Pavlik's playing on adrenaline alone.
Newser. Now to Callaway. 28 seconds. See if they hold for 1. They can get a 2-fer if they wish because they have the arrow. Callaway left side.
Looks like that's what they want to do here, Mike.
Now to Newser. 17 seconds left of the half.
They all can shoot 3s, Mike, so they got to be accounted for.
Nice dump down, and a shot by Rukinen is missed. And the rebound comes for the Rams. Pacey ahead of the field. And he scores at the buzzer. It counts. Highlands with a 4-point lead as Pacey beats the clock.
That was a big one, Mike. It beat the clock is the key term there. He got it up just at the buzzer. Highlands leads here 33-29 at the half.
Special thanks to Brian E. and all the good folks at Beanie Home Renovations for all their help with Highlands basketball this season. And of course, we wouldn't be anywhere without John and Mel Boucher at the Boucher Agency. Thanks to them also, as they are a title sponsor because they've been here since the very beginning. We're at halftime at North Hills in this WPIL playoff game. Your score, Highlands 33, Belle Vernon 29. We'll take a timeout and be back with stats right after this. All right, you're getting ready for the second half. That was a big basket by Don Pacey to end up the first half. The Highlands had only a 2-point lead, and Belle Vernon had the basketball. The Rams got it back and scored at the horn to take the 4-point lead into the locker room.
Mike, Highlands 0 for 9 from 3-point. That's got to change against this 2-3. And it kind of reminds me of the Hampton Championship game back in 08. We hit a ton of threes, and we were ahead by a few. They've got all the threes tonight. They're trailing by 4, so you got to kind of hope things change around as far as shooting goes. And good news is Corey Myers out there, and that's his job to hit those 3-pointers.
We're talking to Doug Galassi from the paper, and we were talking about how it kind of reminded us of the Laurel Highlands game 2 years ago in Norwin. And
please no, don't bring that game up.
Just saying, and again, the last time we were here 10 years ago with Micah Mason, Highlands was the 5, Central Valley was the 12, and we walked out of here a loser, a section championship team. And Sean Bennis is here. He remembers. Oh, the shot is missed, and Christ has the rebound. Sean was the coach that night. Pacey's open for 3. Here it comes. In and out, no good. Rebound, Nooser.
I saw him in halftime, told me we won that game. He goes, I'll believe Milo.
Nice runner by Nooser, and he scored. Yeah, we definitely beat Belle Vernon here. Nice run down by Myers, and he'll go to the line and shoot a pair as he's fouled from behind by Sapeski, I believe. Yes, Jake Sapeski.
Belle Vernon's only had 3 guys score, Mike, but they scored 10, 10, and 11 for their 31. Callaway has 10. Nooser now with 10. Pollock with 11. Myers at the line has 4. Pacey has 5. McDaniels 4. Cochran 5. And Johnny Christ, our leading scorer, was 15 in the first half.
Myers makes the first. He'll get another 65% on the year. Rams lead by 3, and a tight one here at North Hills. 6 points for Corey, and the Rams lead at 35-31 against pressure now, Belle Vernon. This is Nooser against Cochran. I don't know why. Now they double team him at the midcourt line, but Nooser does a good job of getting away from him. Now they pop it up to Sapeski. Left side to Callaway. We've played a minute of the second half. Highlands 35, Belle Vernon 31. A couple of leopards in the same spot there. And you can't see Coach Salvino. He's down on his knee over there. Now a drive to the basket, and they're going to get a foul. Let's see who they get. It's either Cochran or Christ.
The assistant does the majority of the coaching, like the guy in the yellow shirt.
That's 1 on Luke, and that'll be a shooting foul, and Nooser will go to the line and shoot 2 shots. Coach Salvino, you can see him down there in the Johnny Bench position, the catcher position with the...
He's not taking the coat off yet.
Gold tie and the blue jacket.
Belle Vernon, Mike, they beat the section. They were beat by the section champs Uniontown twice by 49 and 14. And we've had one common opponent, and that was South Park. We beat South Park by 27. Belle Vernon lost twice to them in section by 15 and 8. So they're a little bit of a surprise to me so far.
Well, this says one thing, though. When you talk about coaching, is Nooser hit him twice. They lost the first game by 49 and the second by 14.
Pacey out again on the break.
Here's Christ
Johnny
driving through, spin move in the lane, and he puts it in. Again, they don't have anybody to match up with him. If they work it down to him every time, he'll foul Palat out.
I'd like to see him touch it every trip, that's for sure.
37-33, a 4-point Highlands lead. Nooser all the way in with a runner, and he scores. Boy, he is tough.
He is a natural-born scorer, Mike. He's got 14.
He's a junior, 37-35.
And he leads them. Ooh, they're going to call
now the Rams turn it over. And Belle Vernon with a chance to tie it up here or take the lead with a long one, and they've made 4 of them tonight.
6 Highlands turnover. Belle Vernon's committed 5.
This is Newser. Steps back. 3 ball on the way, and it's pure. And Belle Vernon has their first lead since 18-16.
He's got 17, Mike. Tied with Johnny for team high lead.
Now Myers for 3. It's off the rim. The Rams can't hit the broadside of a barn from downtown. And a rebound to Callaway.
Belle Vernon wins that battle, Mike, and they have a 1-point lead here.
Oh, steal by Pacey. Took it away from Callaway. Drives in. Got the contact. And drew the foul.
Great job by Don Pacey that time, Mike, to create the turnover and take it to the rack. And again, Mike, this Belle Vernon team, they've won 5 of their last 7 games. They won their last 3. The most impressive was an 8-point win over second-place Ringgold. So they've only have 8 wins, but again, 5 in their last 7. So they've been coming.
They've been lately. Don Pacey 2 for 2 from the stripe tonight. Highlands ties it at 38. Our first tie since we were deadlocked at 18. And Don puts the Rams back on top. He's 3 for 3 from the stripe.
With this Belle Vernon team, Mike, they beat Elizabeth Forward twice in a section. That's how they got in the playoffs. They beat them by 29 and 8. That last one, he walked.
Oh, look at him.
He walked the ball.
He walked backwards. Exactly.
Yep.
He walked backwards. This is Newser. Around Myers, drives in, lays it down to Palat, and he makes it. What a great move by Newser. The draw, the dish, Palat to finish. Pacey for 3. It's a dipper. Rebound Price. Blocked by Palat from behind.
No foul.
Still loose. Out to Cochran. It is short. Air ball. And the Leopards have the basketball at 5:04 with a 1-point lead. And listen to their crowd. Palat firing up the students.
We've kept them around, and they're taking advantage of it.
That was nearly a walk under the basket.
Now Haas going to tune up the defense, Mike, go man-to-man.
Here's Rokinen.
He looked like he walked.
Nearly. Out to Rokinen again. Tried to cut through, does. Fall away jumper. He's fouled. And Myers picks up his 3rd at 4:47.
Rukinen getting the score tonight, Mike. Like you said, Corey Myers now with 3 fouls. But this Belle Vernon team, Mike, like you said, they beat Elizabeth Forward twice, but they played them at Christmas time in the Charleroi tournament. They lost by 27. How does that happen?
Rukinen makes the first, and it's 41-39 Belle Vernon. Around the section, Knock with a big lead over South Park at halftime, and Freeport only down 1 to Ringgold at half.
But that is a 58-point swing, Mike.
It is
win
amazing.
by 29, lose by 27.
42-39.
I'm trailing by 3 now.
The Leopards have taken the lead here early second half. Cochran forecourt.
If I'm there, Mike, there's no way I'd be playing man-to-man right now. I would be sitting back in the zone, making a beat from there.
Here's Price, puts it on the floor. Spin move, threw it in the paint. Knocked away beautifully.
Watch, there's Luke gets hit.
Stolen by Haney, and now we got a foul.
Yep.
Well, Haney made a great play to steal that pass by Price. And now the Rams commit the foul, and things are starting to unwind a little bit here.
23 His second.
Cochran has 2. Price has 2. Myers with 3.
Corey's back out. They're going to give Antoine McDaniels a rest. Hines going to start the pressure now, Mike.
Now they go deep. They got a 2-on-1.
Johnny went down hard.
The give, the shot, the score, and the basket by Callaway. And he draws the foul, and Johnny did go down hard. Looked like he landed on his hip, Dean.
Yeah. Myers going to get that foul.
He does. I'll be honest with you, I had to turn my attention to Price. Highlands wants a timeout. They need one. Belle Vernon has a 5-point lead, 44-39.
Well, Mike, it's a matter of Highlands just basically trying to get back in the game. They tried on a full court pressure, but
checking something out the other day about the 10,000 steps. And I wanted to see how much that is, and I guess it comes out to about 5 miles, because I know what I do in a day, but I don't count my steps. So, and I know what my normal walk is, which is between 1.5 and 2 miles, depending upon what I do. So, without a counter, I'm trying to figure out if I make up the other 3 miles throughout the day. It's like you'd be surprised how much you walk in a day, just moving about doing your daily business. And the best place to do it is at Planet Fitness. I'd say go there and try it. That's all I got.
Getting about 40 miles a week, Mike.
Larry Calloway's at the line.
All of a sudden, Belle Vernon has a 5-point lead here, Mike.
Make it 6, 45-39. Come on, fellas.
Gotta dig down deep, Mike, now.
Here's Pacey to Swanger. Let's make this not like Laurel Highlands. Dump down to Christ. It's off his hand.
That was a good pass, Mike. I think Johnny just hurting a little bit, couldn't get to it.
4:05 to go, third quarter. Belle Vernon.
And Mike, I'd say if we need to foul, you want to get Mitch Pavlik on the line. But again, when you're so low numbers-wise, you can't really get in foul trouble.
You really got to be careful. You really do. This is Newser, and he's been a spark here in this second half. He's got 9 points in the third quarter, Newser. Nice crossover move. Oh, stolen by Cochran in the paint. Now Cochran is ridden by Newser, and he fouled him at 3:35. That's his third. His fourth. Ouch. He's going to have to sit.
Yep.
And that could be a big change in this game right now. He's led this third quarter charge. 12-6 in the third period so far for the Leopards. And Newser's got to sit with 4 fouls.
And he's been their offense, Mike, with 17. Leads away. Averages 16 a game.
Cochran down low to Christ. Nice 360 move, and he puts it in.
He's got 19, Mike, and he's got to touch it every trip.
He has both Highlands baskets in the second half. 45-41. Now Palat worked it back to Rukinen. Sapeski all
there,
back
who
pass.
wants it?
Oh, and the Leopards with a great job by Rukinen. Looked like he walked too. Watch out from behind, and Swanger stole it from him. You can see it coming. Here's Pacey the other way. Pacey drives all the way in, got fouled, but it won't go.
And he had Johnny, Mike, coming down the middle. Johnny wanted to deliver that one, but Pacey going to go to the line. Let's see the fouls on.
Blocking foul, charging Belle Vernon, number 1,
Hunter Rukinen picks up the foul, his third.
Lots of people in foul trouble, Mike, and Kim Newser's going to report back in.
Don Pacey, 4 for 4 from the foul line tonight. Don't overlook that. 45-42, Leopards by 3. And Newser's back in there with 4 fouls.
Yeah, I don't think they can wait, Mike.
Doug says it's 3. The board had 4. Doug's sure it's 3. We had 3.
I had 3 also. I did.
So they may have fixed that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happened. Here is Newser, the aforementioned. Callaway's 3 is off the rim, no good. Rebound. Swanger lost it out of bounds.
By Mason Swanger.
It really was. Now, he's made a couple of plays here recently, knocking that ball away. And that one there. So Belle Vernon keeps it with a 2-point lead. Awkward place to inbound it. The Rams have turned it up a notch now. You can see it. Cochran knocked it out of bounds.
Golden Ram faithful here trying to come on after Belle Vernon had a nice run.
It's Callaway. Back out to Newser. 2:35 left third quarter. Belle Vernon by a couple. Crossover move, but Pacey won't let go. Newser drives in, runner, down. My goodness.
He's a natural born scorer, Mike. He's got 19.
47-43. Cochran with his own spinorama, and it goes. 7 points for Luke, 47-45. Newser behind the back.
There.
Oh, tried to get it to Palat, got it back, and it's going to be a kick ball.
And realistically, like,
Could you let that go?
Yeah, you could have because he didn't do it intentionally, remember?
Right. And there was no advantage game because Belle Vernon got it back.
Yeah.
That almost went right into a good shot for them. Now, he missed the shot.
Nothing cheap here.
Callaway out of the corner. Oh, in trouble. And saved by Rukkinen. Less than 2 to go, third quarter. Belle Vernon hadn't scored in a while. They lead it by a pair. And they're going to get Pacey.
No. Yes.
That'll be his second.
Yeah. I thought it could have went either way. Mike Nusser gave me a little arm bar, but it was after the fact.
He's giving his explanation to Don Johnson, but Mr.
You don't want to hear.
Would have none of it.
So I'm afraid of Michael. Look at his cheap basket.
Rukkinen, oh, it won't go in though. And Christ has a rebound.
Highlands has numbers, Mike.
Cochran forecourt. Tried that spinorama again. Wide open swanger out of the corner. In and out.
One of them
Christ
has
the
to go
rebound, ties it up.
The law of averages, Mike says one of those has to go eventually. We're tied at 47. Johnny Wood, 21.
Highlands on an 8-2 run to tie the game. Loops it into the paint, and Pesky threw it away. Cochran with Pacey ahead of the field. Cochran just going to throw up a wild one and score.
Mike?
And the Rams take the lead.
And he never stepped, Mike. He held his pivot the whole time.
49-47. Rams back on top.
Highlands after it again. 10-second count.
And Nusser barely gets it across. Goes all the way in. Hooked it to the corner to Rukkinen. Now to Palat. Up around and good.
He's got 15.
Tied at 49. Cochran is fouled.
And Pacey is having a little... Yeah, Pacey got pushed down by Callaway, Mike.
He did, and Coach Stosh with the Boeheim over there.
And here's some good refereeing, Mike. Don Johnson getting the two of them together and saying, let's cut the crap.
Team fouls are even at 5 apiece. Those are the ones that have been called. 39 seconds left, third quarter. We are tied at 49. Stosh beside himself. He can't yell much. Understand he's a little hoarse. Cochran's three short. Tip to Christ, though. Back out to Pacey. Here it comes. In and out.
Unbelievable, Mike.
The Rams are 0 for tonight from outside the arc.
Cochran didn't get the foul. That's his third.
That's the 6th. They won't shoot it.
It's amazing, Mike. I mean, we were 0 for 9 in the first half. We have to be 0 for 9 this quarter. One of those has got to go.
Jay Caney in the game. He'll be keying it in front of the Belle Vernon fans down in front of us here at North Hills. See Vince Cunningham with the basketball there. Back court to Cam Nusser, who's been the man tonight.
He's got 19.
Around Pacey. Oh, it came up on it, but it came to Palat. His shot is missed. Rebound Price. 14 seconds. Leads it to Pacey. And Pacey's fouled
there
by Haney. That'll be Haney's first.
What's going on now?
And now, everybody got excited because Joakim Roman was coming in and then said, what a buzzkill. Nothing against Carter, but everybody over there went crazy because Joakim got up. And it's going to be Carter Leary that's going to come in instead. 11 seconds to go. The Rams could take the lead as Pacey, who's 5 for 5 from the foul line tonight. Make it 6 for 6.
His last 5 have come from the foul line.
He's in double figures with 10, and the Rams lead it 50 to 49.
1-point lead.
Dom's second is also good. 7 for 7.
Who's it off of?
That kind of stuff wins playoff games. The ball's out of bounds, and Belle Vernon will keep it. They have 9 seconds. The arrow belongs to Highlands. The Rams lead by 2, 51 to 49. Belle Vernon had stretched it out to a 6-point lead earlier in this quarter.
Pacey, 11 points, Mike, 5 above his average.
Here's Nusser. Gonna let it go at the buzzer off the back rim. We got a little more time, and the third quarter comes to an end. Highlands leads it 51 to 49.
Well, Mike, in a tight game like this, let's have a little levity with some trivia. Huh?
Why don't we? So we will have trivia. Of course, thanks to our good friends at A&B Pizza for all their help.
All right, here's my trivia for you, Mike. Carrie Nolan. Ever hear her name?
Yeah, I believe I have.
That's her maiden name. What's her married name?
Say it again for me.
Carrie Nolan.
Carrie Nolan.
What is her married name?
I was going to say Signorella, but that's Skirka, so I know that's wrong. Carrie Nolan.
Carrie Nolan.
Stachinski.
Very good. I think the Carrie part gave you away when I was asking where was
I'm trying to go. I'm going through my mind of all the Carries I know.
Well, Mike, she got into the Gannon
She was
Hall
a
of
great
Fame.
player, by the way.
And she led them, are you ready for this, when she was a senior, to the Division II semifinals. Can you imagine that? One of the 4 best teams in the country.
That's impressive.
First question. What was her foul shooting percentage in her career?
All right. What the folks at home think about that. Here's Cochran. Out to Leary. Not Joaquin. Leary had trouble with it, but got it to McDaniel. Threw it into the paint. Stolen for a moment. Leopards have it. Oh, what a play by Callaway to keep that thing bouncing so he didn't walk. Dumps it to Palat. Oh, it doesn't go, but he's fouled.
Well, I thought you could have got a walk there, Mike.
What a play by Callaway
It
twice.
was. He did not walk, but I give him credit. Daniels gets his first. Now remember, Pollock struggles with the foul line so far, 1 for 5.
Okay, I'm going to say Carey's free as we see a free throw. Let's see one. Man, I'm going to say 90%.
90%, pretty close, Mike. 87%.
Whoa.
She could be teaching anyone how to shoot foul shots.
Like Charlotte, for instance.
There you go.
And Palat has the goose egg. All the way down is Cochran. He missed it. And rebound, Palat. He's doing everything else right, though.
Yes, he is.
Sapesky the rebound. Out to Newser.
Highlands using a lot of energy, Mike, tonight.
Haney drives in. Haney got shut off. And Callaway had to Rukanen on a throw. Long 3 up. It's Newser, and it's good.
He heaved that one, Mike.
He really did. And it's 52-51 Belle Vernon steal. Palat has it. Out to Callaway, forecourt. Callaway had Haney. Now he hits it to the corner. 3 by Rukanen is missed. Palat overjumped it.
Highlands had the numbers, Mike.
Cochran forecourt, a 1-point lead for Belle Vernon.
Gonna go back to that 2-3, Mike.
Oh, the Rams throw it away. Cochran and Christ, different pages together. Turnover Highlands, 6:32 left. Belle Vernon by 1.
10 turnovers for Highlands. And Mike, Belle Vernon, I think, is doing a smart thing with Highlands not being able to hit a 3 yet. They're going to that 2-3 zone.
We have Newser with 22.
Haney just dribbled out of bounds.
Yep, Haney just
Mike,
lost the handle.
they've got to hit a 3. Come on, Corey Myers coming back in the game. Let's get him going. He's got 4 fouls, but he's got to give it a try.
6:25 to go. This is also something very interesting. We talked about Belle Vernon's defense or lack thereof, allowing 69 a game. The worst defensive teams, even counting teams that didn't make the playoffs in 4A. Highlands has 51 points with 6 minutes left in this
There
game.
you go. Almost a steal. It is.
Driving down, Sapesky lays it up. He's fouled by Pacey. They have had so many chances for and ones, and they haven't been able to get them to go. Highlands really fortunate in that regard.
Pacey's 3rd foul, and again, Mike, just that time was a lazy pass.
So this will be Jake Sapesky, the senior. He hasn't scored tonight. He's the only senior that's gotten into the game.
Yeah, for either team.
And he hits that one. 53-51, Belle Vernon by 2.
Talk about youth being served, Mike.
There's so many teams in 4A that are going to be back. Oh, we have a lane violation. So many teams. It was Palat. So many teams are going to be back with so many of the same players. There are just not a lot of seniors in this classification.
Highlands has 2 on their roster. They're 13. Belle Vernon has 2 of their 17, Mike.
Here's Cochran. Now to Myers left side. Back out to Pacey. 2-point game. Here's another thing. I know they don't keep time of possession in basketball. Highlands never has the ball. Pacey off the glass. I don't know where would they be without him tonight. He's got 13, and it's tied at 53. Hunter Rukin in forecourt.
Game could be one on the defense, Mike.
11 on 11. Sapesky against Myers. Galloway lets a three go, and it's down.
He's got 16.
56-53. And jump shooting, the difference in this game.
Sure is.
7 threes to none. Cochran had it blocked, and he got fouled in the process. Luke will shoot 2 at 5:07. Highlands down by 3.
Pavlik gets his third.
Luke 1 for 3 from the line tonight. Very unusual. He shoots 75, so you expect these two to go here. 5:07 left.
And both teams are looking down that box, Mike. They're slipping down there.
Cochran makes the first. Of course, special thanks to John Mason for all his help this year. The wireless zone, thanks to him. And the good folks at A&B Pizza. Thanks to Pat. As Cochran makes the second. And it's a 1-point game. And thanks to our buddy Ken Wood for helping us out with that. We don't see Ken during basketball season. He's hunting or something. Oh, Rams with a good double team there. Great job. Steal by Cochran. Cochran backs his way in, got in trouble, put it up. Front rim no good. Rebound Cochran. McDaniel got a thumb to the eye. And there's going to be a foul on Belle Vernon.
Belle Vernon basically just attacked Mike. They weren't about to let Luke have the freebie.
Jake Sapesky picks it up. That'll be his second. And Cochran will shoot 2 more. He just made a couple. Highlands a chance to tie and go ahead here. 56-55 Belle Vernon.
And remember, Highlands yet to make a three-pointer, Mike.
Cochran makes the first. He's got 12, and we're tied at 56.
Hasn't been for lack of effort, huh?
A 10th tie of the night.
We said most of these first-round games are in blowouts, not this one.
Cochran makes them both. He's 4 for 4 in the fourth quarter. That's where he makes his money. 57-56. Against pressure now. This is Newser. Sapesky's got to get it across and does. Kicked it over to Callaway. He's had a few here too. He's had 3. Palat,
yes,
offensive foul.
He's
Pacey
gone.
took the charge. Palat's got 4.
Oh, 4. I'm sorry. I thought that was 5. He lowered his shoulder, Mike.
That's 9. It's a player control foul. Here's the good news. Highlands shoots 2 the rest of the way out. And they've only missed 3 tonight. They haven't been making threes, but they're making their foul shots. And that's what really has them in this game.
The yin and the yang of it, huh, Mike?
This is Christ baseline. Out to McDaniel. Now to Pacey. Highlands by 1 at 4:18. And it's stolen. And Newser puts it in. Boy, Pacey got really lucky there. They didn't get him for a foul. Belle Vernon back on top, 58-57.
Crazy game, Mike. And again, turnovers. Highlands has 12.
Ooh.
They've taken advantage when they've committed them.
Back to Cochran. Less than 4 to go. Regulation time. Cochran got around a man. Put it up baseline to Christ, and he scores.
Johnny has 23. Highlands ahead by 1.
59-58. As we go back and forth.
As
Newser.
Yes,
Offensive foul.
Yes,
Sorry, it's Rukkinen. 1, not 11. And Joe Salvino, he's up out of the crouch now. He's got a few thousand words for Vince Cunningham.
Rukkinen picks up his 5th. He's gone.
And Joe Salvino's had it.
Sorry, Mike, they're charging.
And he's saying that's 5 charges. Well, maybe there were 5 charges.
Yeah, I mean, It is what it is. They are charging.
And now he really looks like Gary Williams over there. The only difference is Gary would have the jacket off, sweating through the shirt. Highlands by 1. And unfortunately, with all these player control fouls, they don't get to shoot them.
And again, Mike, winner gets to play the winner. Uniontown Beaver. Uniontown won this section. Belle Vernon came in 4th in this section. We didn't know much about Section 3. Tell you what, I'm impressed with this Belle Vernon team. We're sitting in that 2-3 now. With the lead, I'd take my time.
Casey plays catch with Cochran. 3:25 to go.
But I wouldn't lose sight of John either.
If I'm Highlands, I find Newser right now and go right at him. He's right at the top there in the 2-3. You see number 11. Or maybe you can't see.
Oh, boy, hand.
Oh, Christ got it. Don't put it in.
What control by Johnny to get his 25th point, Mike. Left hand, right hand, left hand tap. And we got a timeout.
58. Joe Salvino wants to talk it over. 3:03 to go. Highlands with a 3-point lead.
Hold on to something at home. I'll tell you what, Mike. The referees are getting an earful from the Belle Vernon fans, but the reality is, to me, a charge is a charge. Getting back to Carrie Sachinsky, one last thing. 4-year career, she owns the record for most games played. Guess how many games she played in her career at Gannon?
Wow. 150.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
How's 129?
Huh? That is a lot of games.
Yeah, it's almost 30 per year, so that just shows you how far they got into the tournament also. And by the way, Mike, quick plug for the Cager Classic coming up on March 23rd. We'll be there.
Yes, we will.
Representing the Highlands Golden Rams will be Sarah Young from the girls team, Seth Cohen from the boys team. So again, March 23rd, Cager Classic. The skills competition is on Friday the 22nd. The games themselves, 6 o'clock for the girls, 8 o'clock for the boys. And the rest of the roster, Mike, they're firming up. Hopefully we'll have a game Saturday, and hopefully we'll be able to bring you the full roster then.
Yeah, if we have a game, we can get you those on Saturday. Johnny Christ firing up the Highlands crowd across the way. And a good contingent.
Both sets of fans on their feet.
It snowed a ton this morning, but the roads are clear by this evening, and everybody got out to this one.
And it's pouring out there again.
And it's raining hard. Haney. Al Sapeski. And here's Newser. Carter Leary's drawn the assignment.
He's a handful, Mike.
I think it's his own, though. He can grab him, though. Newser in front of the Belle Vernon bench. 2:40 to go. This is a must score here, I think.
You got guys out there playing defense.
It's tipped by Highlands. Cochran got a piece of it, knocked it out of bounds. I think this is a must score for Belle Vernon. They need to score on this trip.
Well, I hope they don't.
Now to Palat. Tried to spin around him, man. Oh, it came free to Callaway. Callaway got hooked by Swanger, and the Rams got the benefit of that one.
That could have been a turnover.
Here's Haney. Out of corner. Callaway's open for the tie. It's off the rim. They're human. Rebound, Cochran.
That's right, Mike. They've hit all those.
Cochran forecourt with a breakdown move. Nearly lost the handle. Out to Pacey. Pacey put it on the floor. Now Leary to Christ. Rams don't need it right now. They can make them come out. Rams shoot 2 the rest of the way. Mason Swanger! It's the big three! Just like he did it.
Hello, Mason. It had to break sometime, Mike, and Mason Swanger's the guy who did it. God bless him.
64-58. Newser for 3 off the rim. Rebound. Oh, Haney got it. Palat missed everything. It's Highlands ball.
Yes. And there's the Highland fans on the other side, Mike. The dam is broken, Mike. Hallelujah.
Belle Vernon wants a timeout. 1:38 to go. Highlands leads it now 64-58 as Mason Swanger does the job.
Watch that one again. Wow, was that a sweet stroke too? It's one of those no-yes jobs, Mike. We didn't need it. Boy,
and the one thing about Mason, he's not bashful. He's going to jack that thing up every time he gets a chance.
God bless him, Mike. And again, I mean, you can't blame Belle Vernon for laying off him. I mean, we've got to be over 25 going into that shot. Mason Swanger did it, Mike.
So we have, I don't know how much time's left because they count the clock down. So that's another one of my favorite things in the world.
Not to do.
So I don't know how much time's left. I'll tell you in 24 seconds. How's that sound?
In the meantime, I'll tell you this. Fear the Deer, Mike. Deer Lakes has broken their streak of playoff losses. Last time they won a playoff game, Ronald Reagan was in office.
It was the 80s are great.
1985. They won this week. They're going to play North Catholic up next. And again, Fear the Deer.
Terrence Park.
Done a nice job out there, Mike.
He sure has. Former coach at Shady Side Academy.
How about 138 as they play? There goes our hero. Get a shot of Mason Swanger there, if you quit.
138 remaining. Highlands 68.
There he is right there.
Belle Vernon 64. Belle Vernon 58. Highlands in the double bonus. They shoot 2 the rest of the night. And that's a good thing. They're 17 for 20 from the foul line tonight.
But they've lacked from 3 points they made from charity strike.
And Pacey, who's 7 for 7, will try twice more.
Sapesky picks up his third. And Mason Swanger, all 5'6" of the sophomore, put everything he had into that shot, Mike.
Hey, you can't teach 5'6", trust me. Pacey. The sophomore has had a big game for Highlands tonight. At the line especially. 8 for 8. And Highlands 18 for 21 from the foul line. Far cry from the group that was shooting 48% as a team early in the season. Missed the second. Belle Vernon with the ball. It's a 7-point Highlands lead. Newser finds the bottom of the basket again.
He's got 26, Mike, and what a night for him.
What a game he's had. Not quite the 45 of Cam Totito back here in 2000, but as the Rams trying to stay undefeated against Belle Vernon at North Hills.
They got the foul before the over and back. Did they get it on?
It's on Newser, and he's out. That's 5.
5 this time, yep.
He's upset. And Luke put the arm out, but Luke put the arm out after the foul was called. And now some more Joe Salvino and Vince Cunningham. 65-60, Highlands by 5, 1:02 to go. Luke Cochran at the line. Luke 4 for 4 in the fourth quarter from the stripe.
Who knew Mason Swanger was carrying that dagger in the bag, Mike, huh?
It sure looks like he had it. The dagger that slayed the leopard.
And Luke Cochran has his total on night 14, approaching his 19 per game. Played a great floor game too, Mike. Had a lot of stills.
Second is no good. The rebound, Swanger's going to get a foul over the back of Callaway. He'll shoot the 1-and-1 at 1:01, 66-60.
Now, the yin and the yang of that sophomore, Mike, he is that dagger, but you do not want to turn the clock.
No, you don't. So that'll put Larry Callaway to the line, and he's had a big night.
Carter Leary comes out, check in. Corey Myers.
This reminds me of this depleted squad. The run they made a few years ago in the state playoffs after they had some defections and whatnot at the end of the year. Lost, I think, 3 players and still ended up making a run in the state tournament. And that's kind of what this game reminds me of tonight. Callaway makes the first at 66-61. And this would be immediately 66-62. They do. And they almost knock a 3 from Cochran, and now they get Cochran. And Cochran will shoot 2 at 55 seconds.
Jake Seski had 3 swipes out. The third one was the charm. And we got to bear down and make these foul shots, Mike.
The Rams hold on and win this game. This will be the 11th playoff win under Coach Stachinsky in the last 5 years. Rams would be 11-8 in postseason. And that's not easy to do.
And your 4-day off to theory will hold up too.
A chance to go 13-0 with 4 or more days in between games the last 2 years. The last one they lost was that Laurel Highlands game 2 years ago.
That'd be lucky 13. Oh,
Cochran 1 out of 2. Christ,
and
fouled.
He's going to get fouled.
Doesn't matter if he's shooting, Luke. We're shooting 2 anyway.
Really?
5-point Highlands lead, and now it'll be Christ to the line. Larry Calloway picks it up. So again, a Highlands win gets us back out on Saturday afternoon. Not exactly sure where, probably against Uniontown, the winner of this section. Johnny Christ with 26 points.
And he's been the man here tonight.
10 over his average. Dom Pacey, 14 points. 9 over his average.
And Mike, Belle Vernon gives up 69. We've got
69.
Yep.
See, I guess it was coming. They had 51 coming into this quarter. Haney for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, Christ is fouled.
And there goes Mr. Polak.
Guess what? Highlands is going to score more than 69.
He's going to foul out Mike. He played a great game here.
Back to the foul line we go.
Oh, they gave it to Sepsky, Mike, but that's his 5th too. Everybody's walking the plank.
46 seconds remaining.
Good news for Highlands, Mike, is really, other than Myers having those 4 fouls, we stay relatively out of foul trouble here with the short bench.
Yeah, and Corey's kept his nose clean here in the second half. Back to Johnny. He's 6 for 7 tonight.
And he's got 28, Mike. He's going to take me off the page. I only have room for 28 on my score sheet.
It's down, 29.
What's his all-time high, Mike?
29.
There it is.
Career high for Johnny Christ. What a place to do it in the playoffs. Coming up big. 71-62. A 3 is missed. Johnny the rebound. Saved it in.
For all he's been through tonight, Mike, they called that.
Johnny's previous career high was 24 on the 4th of January at Highlands against Freeport.
So he blew that out.
He's blown it out of the water.
Yep.
And no bigger venue.
Speaking of blowouts, Mike, this will look like a blowout, but it hasn't been.
Palat off the glass. Timeout. Belle Vernon.
They're going to see a 7-point difference possibly, but this was no 7-point game.
71. It got really hairy, especially there in the third quarter.
You got to give Belle Vernon credit, Mike. 8-14 team coming in, knowing that they lost to South Park twice handily. We had destroyed South Park in the second game of the year. The odds were against them, but give them credit. They never quit. And they had that little run there, Mike. They had us on the ropes up 6 early in the third quarter.
45-39. And then Highlands finished a quarter on a 12-4 run, and that's really what did it at the end of the period. A lot of Dom Pacey free throws in there. And when we think of this game, we talk about games years ago and the things you remember. We're going to remember that Mason Swanger three-pointer.
Oh, yeah, baby.
The only one the Rams have hit tonight. A team that averages somewhere in the... lead feed. Oh, here's Johnny. He couldn't quite get it.
Oh, they're going to get a technical.
Oh, it should have been.
Yeah.
Calloway, right side. 3 in the air. Down. If I'm Joe Salvino, I might lose my mind on that one. 71-67. It's only 4.
It ain't over.
They will not go away.
Coach Stosh is livid.
And there's Coach Salvino saying, what was that? Looked like a trapeze act.
All I can say is, as Artie Johnson would once say, very interesting.
The only defense the officials here would have is that there were 2 guys in green shirts underneath them. And if you think that you have a chance to get hurt, you know?
Yep.
That would be their only defense.
Well, Mike, but they don't get the bath 3 on the other end either, if they call it.
Yeah, everything changes, true.
They would have got the 2 shots on the ball versus the 3 points. What are you going to take? I guess I'd take the 2 shots on the ball.
Well, yeah, and it also stops the clock a little earlier, too, so that would also help them. Now they're going to have to be fouling again here. We're going to have more trips to the foul line.
All right, Luke and Johnny kind of laughing about it, Mike, but...
Yeah, they got away with their hand in a cookie jar that time.
Yeah. Seconds to go here.
And it's going to take another 5 minutes at least. Trouble for Myers. He got it into Pacey. Foul him, please. He finally missed one.
Yep.
8 for 9, Pacey at the line. And the Belle Vernon fans won't let that go. Pacey will shoot a couple. 17 seconds to go. Highlands 71, Belle Vernon 67. That first is good.
Gauman with 15, tripled his average for the year.
Made them both.
And his namesake, Don Stobert, across the way, Mike, on crutches tonight.
They got to hurry. Now they fire up a long three by Gordon. It's missed. His first appearance. They're going to let Cochran dribble it out. No, he gets fouled with 5 seconds to go, and the Rams lead it by 6. We'll just make one of these, and we escape.
Yep, escape is a good term to use, Mike.
The Rams will move on and probably be playing Uniontown on Saturday. Uniontown playing Beaver tonight. And Courtney, you can start the bus now.
Slight and time to be determined, huh?
That is correct. Probably catch that on the Whitbeal's website tomorrow morning. Try Highlands High Hoops on Twitter, too. Got a lot of good information there. Luke makes them both. 75-67. Highlands by 8. Palat drives all the way in. Missed the runner. Tip is no good. And that's it. It's all over. Highlands wins this first round playoff game against Belle Vernon 75-67.
Closer than it looked, Mike. And again, the Gold Rams got a good scare in them. They're going to have to go clean up some things, especially the three-point shooting. 1 of 25 and you win by 8. Hey, a win is a win. We'll take it. We're moving on.
All right, thanks, Landon Signorella, for all your help up here. And thanks to everybody at North Hills, Jack Fuller at WPIAL, and Justin Lepar, even though we didn't need to call him, but thanks to him at the Trib and everybody there that helped us out, too. Once again, that final score here from North Hills, Highlands 75, and Belle Vernon 67 for the Dean, Mike Choma. This is Mike Pavlik saying so long.